So you're going to have a new servicer if your loans are with Navient this coming winter of 2022. It was just announced at the time I recorded this that Navient would be exiting the federal student loan servicing business. Navient has been one of the least liked student loan servicers, at least in surveys that we've done of student loan planner readers and clients, and it's not surprising. So Navient certainly had some issues. They certainly have not done a great job for their customers and many of the readers' feedback that we've received. And so what does it mean that your student loans are going to be leaving Navient and being taken over by another company? So first off, it's important to understand that Aidvantage is actually a subsidiary of a company called Maximus. So Maximus is the student loan servicer that currently manages defaulted student loans. So first off, it's very clear that not a whole lot is probably going to change with the quality of the servicing that you receive, regardless of what Department of Education officials say. So they claim that there's going to be a new enforcement agency at the Federal Student Aid Office that's going to oversee servicers and come down with harsher penalties, etc. The problem is student loan servicers don't make nearly as much money as people think that they make for doing their job. So, for example, Navient only earns about 6% of its revenue, 6% of its revenue from student loan servicing. That's not very much when you consider 6% of your revenues is a fairly small chunk. And that 6% of revenues is what is getting them almost all the negative media attention and lawsuits that they're currently receiving. So Maximus, this new company that's taking over federal student loans from Navient this winter of 2022, they basically said, you know, we're going to create a new company that's not called Maximus, and we're going to make a new entity so that when somebody sues us or, you know, we get complaints or negative media attention, you're not sullying the brand and assets of Maximus, you're sullying the brand and name of this made-up company that they decided to create to service student loans. So you probably already got an email possibly saying that your loans are going to be leaving Navient and going to Aidvantage. Aidvantage like aid, A-I-D, and then Vantage, kind of like Advantage, but Aidvantage. And your loans will be transferred over. You shouldn't worry about this too much. If you want, you can go and download payment histories at Navient if you're going to go for public service loan forgiveness, or you're going to go for 20 or 25-year forgiveness. You might just take some pictures with your phone of your payment histories or save them off somewhere and have them, you know, hopefully automatically backed up to something like Google Photos or iCloud. But you can also look into having something saved off in like a Google Drive or Dropbox. That's probably really the extent of action that I would take over this move. And in terms of this new company, what is it going to mean for you? Well, again, this is a company that manages defaults for the Department of Education currently. And in my opinion, they don't do a very good job of it because default is really a massive problem, and frequently people that are in default get poor guidance on what their options are. Yes, the options are complicated, but still the company doesn't do a great job of it, again, in my opinion. So that would portend a similar situation to Fed Loan Servicing. Fed Loan Servicing is a company that is a subsidiary of FIA, Pennsylvania Higher Education Authority, that owns them. And so it's kind of a similar story where they know that there's going to be problems, Maximus does, otherwise they would call themselves Maximus. So they've made a new company because they know that there's going to be problems, and they've walled off that company from the other parts of their company so that they can protect themselves and not get everything taken away from them in a lawsuit. So where does that leave you? You can get help if you need it. So if you just wanted to watch this because you wanted a quick update on the industry on your Navient student loans, that's great. You can find more resources at studentloanplanner.com. If you have Navient student loans and you are worried about this being a chaotic process and not getting good advice and having some of your information lost or just getting confused, well, you can reach out to studentloanplanner.com/help and book one of our consultants for a 1-hour custom plan for a few $100. We will go through everything you need to know and make sure you're not missing out on anything. So that's what I would recommend if you've got Navient student loans, is stay calm, don't worry, but if you do need help, Student Loan Planner is here for you. Thanks so much for watching.